Centerio na kinya modern fun park o muthikiria tigira kwa werekera wina ngari kiumbe kana matatu nukumba kuthiro kinyo maguta kiri emwe ya petrol station Shell tia nice digital city wenderete na safari yeku kana kinya ukenda kuthiro ngari service bena service bay enjeru na mantu jo thema jari rungurwa ibatirimo ku tigira kagita konde witete Nairobi kana wina mimero no kuthiro kigura mutujwa nkima jo nice extra premium antwara kwijekene ja nice digital city na kinya we jamiro kirima supermarket na nduka na wholesale na retail mutujuju neju kuoneka kethra we na kiuri kana yendekithia thinga thimu namba 0729 661 667 kana 0755 200 197 turiuga nice na nice na mutu nejwa nice extra premium tukwena arua
jamaa ameamua kwa serikali na kivyake
baada ametengeneza ka government kake kivyake kila kitu baada nini unaweza kosa ile place nini unaweza kosa hiyo place
ukombozi
si ndio ameamua pale kwake kutakuwa ka serikali
Catholic na Raila kanisa ina chitari na shukuru
ya nini nyambere Ameru raba musapota ajui hata itaifanywa Ameru nini the most ombodhia
siku moja itatuira kila kitu
ni free tuingie tukule tukunywe tukamwera
Kethega wetegeria Waweru TV karibu sana kile mbango ya chanchamoka kwa Waweru FM 96.4 ukiruru thongirwa ntuku ya Jumatatu ni Sabah ya 35 Sabah ya 35 chukuru itetewi especially mataunine mno Nairobi ana aritwa batumirwe na berwa Monday
hata Meru shule hakuna shule hata Meru
Kinye Meru tesko
techukuru nyemo
so sasa na barabara ikwambiria kuingwa Nairobi bicha irato kuona mitandaone thai ni ati barabara cia huku matauni Nairobi ikwambiria kuingwa borisi bekite barriers Nairobi na ni jenzizi bawete bakanda mana Raila Odinga kinyana arawira kethwa rika mukonjirwari what does this mean kiri Kenya you know to meet just the other day mweri muthiru tariki 25 nukurari na maandamano yangi na ikubethwa bikiumira it is really sad
na kwa na baure tukura mwankana ro batoneka
mwakaru ari batoneka ikwithiri tukwina abductions mtu mwe arayukirwe ni polisi ba anti terror Najua watu wanashikanga Al-Shabaab magaidi
alafu vile orapa afia tukre the disasi huwa nyamu mtu ukaregete kwa na ikotine
so now as a country nina aturi
nina atuitite
nina atuitite miaka 35 ya Sabah a Kenya no bedro peke nera matunda kana kama antu ya kwa exaggerated you know yomba kwethro kinya kama antu ya kwa very exaggerated ni a Kenya and then mturanu wote kumenya you know mbibi kuendelea kinya wa aeta na murumbe yoyo hiyo maneno. Now, rukiro rware turi na MUTHUUJI mantu ya kisiasa ERICK KIMATHI karibu sana ERICK thank you very much no tubotonera kanya rukiriro na kintu kira nguchuria uni ya mumero rukiriro ERICK ni ati is it really necessary maandamano ya na mantu ya yondo tukwiro ya Sabah maandamano ya yondo ya kubwithwa you know yari yani na maui yangi na yokinyo ya tutethi mukenya including looting ile kuonekana the other day supermarket ya Beisawa na jiro into kila kitu mwanga kibirithi everything maua supermarket ingine jiro na NCPB niyo kinyayo ya dharwa maandamano yari no way utethia na what message is it being sent
ibwega county na Martin ibwega no tubombora kanyarukire na anchoge nkatho nkethia miru beto para watu thikirite ibwega muno ntubo choose weru kuthara tunaturukiro na rwa Martin it's really a sad situation to be honest kiri ndikurira turi nande especially situation yetu ku find ourselves kiri mantuzaja kuendelea ndikuru neze na true mantuzaja onde joinde kaga no tuwa kwaga direction especially when tuna institution ira tuete kana thirikari tuete kanya gitareu ikethora nayo itina voice kana itukumba ku trimana na Kenyans general ku bad direction ambuge tikwithro ni Kenyans kwenda ku destroy the country tikenya tonto ba Kenyans kwenda ku aragania ndetu nayo but ni one there's a lot of openness within a hope kana utantu bakwiko bangandiri kiri mantu zaja kuendelea. Now these events ichioba nafasi ya kuvent kana guitakira ki frustrations ida chim chiri madugani jao kana kuinyiro kura kuinyire kitwe na when the government in place ikeja kuthore tu ba voice kaitu vakanya ba listen to they would turn to other means to vent out their frustrations. Now that's the saddest situation yetu nayo. Iko now iko unless to accept, that is really the situation. Iketo miyokona nande tuitonya nande frustration yu nande Martin ikeja kuthora nande ika energy yu ikatumika kuthithia mantu jara ati bacteria ikeja kuthora event each that, for example, today we are celebrating around, okay, it's 35 commemorating, at 35 Sabah. Event each to irite miaka na miaka. Na we all know na history ni tuonetie why nadi kware ariba dire kana kware na situation zere ikitarera 1990 mwaka nande. That's why mantu za multiparty na at least kuna environment iratu aritu na mantu za maingi ko ikulika ni waratu mite. But now situation yenande miaka 35 for example, now it's turning to be something else. The other day, no, mentioned rally and demonstrations, 25th, whereas issues each onde, ikurika na uragwa anabaraba akwire na manzurajo onde jensi kana tukimbithi kana as a Kenya in general want to actually touch it across the country. Manzujara bende kithiti jongwa kithirikari eji nerega ku jakinyaniria irongo kwira Martin, it's purely a government issue. Tutina situation ira tuna baratu ina bonabo batu to direction kana batu to ana platform ekuigikiwa iketo mihona energy yonde igiri kwa kire mantu jati karipoga routing na ndikure kaga hope ndukembe kaga direction na energy unayo ba mitumira botoko. That's the thing. Na it's quite sad that energy nayo need to make a kudhokia biashara ya kumatin kudhokia biashara ya county na which now it's really kukuchokia nyuma, which is quite unfortunate. To bati kukodem that na iketo menguka uniro kirwanarwa. As I urge young people kana barabaka umira, it's also important to mind situation ya mtonge non to right chia kuna chio Martin kuino ikuthirira right ya kwa na ya ku Martin kuino ikuthirira koganande. It's very important peshimu non to other the day. Even if we go and touch a police station tomorrow, we need it. Tema it's reality, we need to talk about that. Ekaja kuthora Martin geta nkaidya supermarket ya investor frani then we creating an environment and a fear invest. The other day koronere Martin, people are really investing kuwekira mihari chuma mbecho terale achio, right? Thaini ndati yes ni nderi thaini ndati gana anja batireta school. It tells you it disrupts everything. Unless the recurring. Why am I mentioning the recurring? Because politics is part of new is another direction.
I know the biggest player.
So Eric.
Yes.
No batu kula umwakiri mantu ya nedirikari kana ne andamani.
Au ngakunenkera events ile itomete kwira ni kidhirikari. For example, my institution is a family, it's like a family. For example, ikaja kudhoro tukweza na direction je yaku. You live ana nabo bangara tenena family. If the president took it, for example, June 25th, when Kwarena Pricing is and to Kimbethi, President na dhomere speech yawe, na dhome intopira batikudhidi. Irabite batikudhido. For example, fundraising, na ichi kudhido nande. No one takes him serious. Because, of course, you give a direction, you don't stand with it. You give a policy direction, wote kurongama no kauna wewengo. Then you let, antobaro tongere that, hey, if someone is giving a direction, it's better now for Kenyans to take it in their own hands, to make their own way. Because someone has failed kuona ni direction. If you say something today, tomorrow you do it opposite. Then you leave people, Kenyans but in a direction. And that's why you're seeing it's erroneous. They are failed systems fail it. Let's be honest. Education system is failing. Piari inaendelea kwenda kuchokera. That today Martin, it's very expensive kuthominia na watu nabo na kuthominia our brothers baraba universities that now you see, and government doesn't give a direction na kukinyiria mwana inchi. There are other systems, even though tukuirwa ikabwa, there must be a way ukononi there is a hope that things are working, but now this government doesn't give a hope. It doesn't care. Even to niraba utumira kwariria ntu baraja ka ni anaba itwana tucheketea ukwariria and you feel like they don't care, and Kenyans now feel like this government doesn't care. Even not on Tiboaki, Kenya barabo support the same serikali. The other day I feel women rep or Nairobi akiuga the only major problem ni population tu eneo na tutukoma kukinga ko plan family planning. You see something is off kabisa. Now things are becoming off. Inye baraba baku agitate these issues, then there is no a listening high kwa wakenya na nchi na nya baraba bongo tuteka batutethia batu to direction. Yes.
But you know, Karimi, kineto kiare manto ya President Ruto na antobaki, including bloggers, bairo mabaka watre, bahabwe kinyabo tukuwa na hatabo kwenda. The only thing that you want, ne Ruto must go one time.
Buto to solutions.
Bote kuwa na hatabo kwenda.
I think it's purely ignorance. Not these things are there. When 25th ana bogere atri clear kila mtu bana awa kusaidi we need fresh. Now you decided abana obana onga get kachokia because antobaku batukomba miaka Martin, we also need a new energy, a new way of thinking. You cannot do the same thing the same way we expect different results. That's what the Kenyans are saying bwana acha kutufinyiria mzigo. Okay, please let us live within our means. All right. Now Okona Narua, they are ditching out money left, right and center. Now you see Martin, the other day there is issue here kanisa. You see 1.2 billion, for example, 1.2 billion you need almost 1,000.
No manye bloggers mbere ya bariba ku actually guteka nise wako.
Yes, but na confirm it. But you look at the 1.2 billion, what it can do to villages in a classes. It's almost 1,000 classes, almost. Purely, what's our priority? Priority it's upside down, right? Make it easier for an environment. Ensure Martin spending yeku okutigero kandu kako spend. Your salary now pay slip yeku it's empty. Martin, you're working. You see, people are really frustrated. Kenyans are ushuru. Actually, Kenyans are committed to help government run. But now, make it resources. Martin, where are we ending? Where country leadership yayo doing the ato changa. Mochanga on the Martin to seriously. Where we leave the country? Manya Martin nyo achangiranto milioni ekomi, for example, a constituency. Milioni ekomi. Igate the Martin. But whereas you have a responsibility to make policy in Jaka as a government, environment in Jaka, ensure ananchi baguta biashara chao, ensure economy is living. Take with the trade in better age in a Martin. Also, you are questioning ourselves, where are you getting these funds? Right?
You know, kwenda kinyaro wari karibu. President Kibaki na savire miaka yewe.
Yes.
President Uhuru na savire miaka yewe. So why are you telling this guy from Sugoi ati we you want time?
Inyata 35 buambire buambanire yeno.
One thing, it's not really a guarantee you serve miaka tano full term. The guarantee. Because you go and mwananchi etekandire nawo you perform bakuri new contract yako. Yeje pride kuka no mwankato serve 2 terms no to previous successors it's not there. Not there. It's purely how do you really read us as a country? Plan yakuna mitaratara kure measori responsibility correct ni ananchi power belong to the people as under article 1 bobe na nafasi ya kuandika the same way constituencies elections ya constituency na ward it's the same. Kama hujapata afanya kazi man give someone else a nafasi kwa kitu mioko na ananchi not necessarily bakudhura Martin not bakudhura we MCA kana we governor kana we MP 2 term because governor of course they have a limit term itonde the nyamero acha unapewa term yako kama hujafanya kazi unaishia. It's not a guarantee that you get a re-election. It's purely on what ukadhiria na nchi as a tao,
it's on merit,
it's on purely a merit inene mono nigitumio kona wananchi bari ugatire miaka 2 na nusu we've not seen a progress na itwarire kaire Martin tuko campaign ya 2022 promises ya thirikari chiari purely na areguru expectations ya mwananchi chiari antu akuraja mono but the reality kwambire ko hit Martin Kenyans felt that they were lying to ba irirwe nikitumio kona nandi there is that anger and frustration na nyabara ba kuna nandi they have nothing but ijora ba kuthithia ikwariro ba kugitata ba kona if kinyao ba manage tone yao at least you see inyari ya manto jathoki gitara ria Uhuru kana Kibaki you there was a humor and then there was ukaigwa kwa mtu kwariria na kwena inya kaigwa tu na kwena kiao kirio na ku resonate na manto jaja kuendelea but you look at how the president actually tone away the record na you look at the president Uhuru Kenyatta you see na sympathize na situation you see of course I feel you but you see address your president as a kuma 25th age last month iketo myo at least na neno kuona if you ukambire ko muthikira na ukarajaga ko mantu takinyite kwa korora kido but previously kinyame ari yayo na riparapa tutongeretie ne gutuma kinyama wananchi igwate karibu gatenganiri not purely it's purely a service Martin we elect you for a service yes we give you an opportunity to serve us na rire mwananchi nendeja kurealize inoi na inya iketumio kona agitation ireo Martin na nyingi no ndo mwananchi akweja kurealize no we na inya ekuthura na kuandika
ndara kunukira metho
yes
but you know I was thinking yes Karimi maybe it's payback time kire President William Ruto kire President William Ruto menya President William Ruto 2007 arekire ODM na baipo baraba nasi Kibaki so maybe it's payback time or something. Yeah, I meant to ask you know kuri baraba boba kuate President Ruto na tekiro kinyama savie we komi nonto president ubanki kinyaba savie te komi but then oyowo kuwa it's purely on merit and that is why benda kwa ni Kibaki 2007 maybe kabakolwa miaka 10 midhiru no around 15
I think sure ango tikadira it's ajo chokera that it's kagita kokina ka one thing is that au kanyuma if you look at 2000 Queenama itare na voice nene mono na people didn't have an opportunity to discuss government directions policy na mbi ku dissect or information ke mwananchi at least ya kuero impi kwendera now Kenyans are aware of their rights aware of expectations bakumenya what you should do light yawe kulea ushuru ikitumio kuona there was a push for people to go and fight their returns they really did that na baguitango kichiao lakini ibakwenda now expectation ya mutongera tu nawe your responsibility ni 1 2 3 4 5 na jaja otu promisere na joja tiromba ukinyana ikibuginyawe yabo kuginya nusu no witire nya miaka itathira because they feel they can as well recall the president they can as well recall the member of parliament they can as well recall governor na avenue chonde bakomba kugeria bakono there's an opportunity to get that to recall ikeja kuthira Martin president wetu kana executive kana the entire executive itomba ku achieve the purpose yawe na plan yao na mibango yayo 2022 why would you give president an opportunity ngi ego to serve kairi that they are saying that one it's high time tirazima na yongo tirazima even if kinyabara I listened to last night program right now there was a point that said ke yogawe antobara pa kola kiwe but you wait to time you see it can never be no ndu to kola waku that we give you an opportunity no abo bange ba kola bare you see manya it's the same case nyabara ba kuga lazima ewe it's because they are benefiting out of the team system Now we ask yourself, tirazima kudro no ntutwe system muneu tokare kuta mjiri. We can as well do away with you. Now with the entire system, we have another system that listen plan ye thirikari kedone kuthithwa na mitaratara yo kitata ibangitwe wana mate.
So that's okay.
Yes.
You on there is sawa.
Yes.
But then
Yes.
what is the alternative? Because the alternative wira irio babarua moroto yo is just one term. Ruto must go. There is nothing else back with that.
Martin, siasa iwe you see it started ya Ruto akeza it's those who have it versus wale wana ndio maana baba kuga nabo baruga it's one time base because wewe na squad yeku bodame boite. It's true tutromba kwa alternative. But what I'll tell you, Martin, Kenyans know who they will not vote for in 2027. That is clear.
That is very clear.
Kabisa, that is very clear. Ukadhikira. They are aware.
No.
Baiji. Lakini kiora batiringira. That's where now the big problem. Na niomba kuja kuoka like what happened in 1992, 97 dida Moi amwire ku plan someone else can at least numbers ku supplies vote itekete kabone kema. Lakini even the other camp, ingwitikia bena plan ya, they know this can as well happen. That President Ijuriku nyawate hamami. Of course, it's a plan. Na ena mibango ya ku seek for re-election in 2027. With the president wena kudhiria tamu on to history, it will be very difficult. Even a comeback, even a problem. When you exit situation ni chinchaya. When we are out of the government, sometimes situation ni chinchaya. What I feel is that the other opposition, true, but to a direction, but now, but to a direction as at now, because purely siasa ni strategy. One, to the onara to meet. Then we ended up because purely it's about numbers. They will discuss and say, well, unaleta hii number au unaleta resource fulani, and that's why inyao kone gitarera President Ruto ari gochara munini wawe. There are several factors that are considered. People wanted Kindiki to deputize at the initial stages. Lakini wae ona Gachagua, mimi mnaondere Gachagua kuringa na orako lipwa na miene. Plus also the resource wise and other factors she consider. Nonto Kenya is a different siasa cha Kenya. It's quite unique. Ugategera from cutting across Africa or national, international. Ko there are things that to go about time. Na nyapa keja kubanga nandi, Martin. If I give someone uro baka uka compete against now the president. Miaka iri ni mingi siasa ene. Itugenya Mweri Martin can change a lot of things. It also kedora plone mono na kadera atidora ina advantage nene mono. Non tuboko thirikari no kedora mo bangaira urega account. Ko ni siri mzuri ni sometimes kedora ina secret siasa ene sometimes ka kuchanganya situation sometimes ni tether ya ku keep them guessing who now be front or front wa ku kacharage the president.
You know, Eric,
yes.
I think that is where we go wrong as a country.
Yes.
Auni otora ira academy. Akwedro atri. You know, musiasa orawe bire na bio ne strategy. Atena ideas kana ideologies. Na twe non tokowa ekabona yukia musiasa o to amuringira kura. And then tukambira kuorania okay na to twetheretie. You know, first of all tibunda abure nkabwetheria. It was my strategy.
It was my strategy.
Yeah, okuluka. And that's all. I think, Eric, that is where we go wrong as a country.
True. Don't agree with you. Mono non to strategy era Ruto arena yo. It's a way to kudhiria
constitutionalize manto kureta
motions na kureta na nyingi kitu mithaiji agotonya ethoranya plan yawe itiku fit in the entire country anajaribu kupick one two kona kadhika function kaika work charema katika nacho akaambia something else because you are still expecting to pampas nambi nani bakorere see it's true I think the problem is to know as an African of as a Kenyan style it's really different from what is happening in US known to Democrats and Republican pena what to do what to stand for na iliyo ya vision ya problem bo that to tuna at least political party jere china I think a plan mitaratara but in African style Martin we agree that wote party to dura na ideologies kana to dura no ndo kodora ukadi the front it's your emotion weeping emotions na frustration ila chuo at least we better have better out to kida mono hatogeri onge see it's like we are trying kogeria au ni othina either really I don't know what will happen future to that atongere be accountable but election is 2027 it will send a message sana especially for leaders that we elect to be accountable to Kenyans ikeja kodoro tukenga president tukenga kedora kengwa 2027 akara kwa elected then it will send a message that not necessarily you are assured to be re-elected unless you do what you perform then ikedore na measure yakudora nande mutongerio thurwa to be purely on what you promised and what you stood for ikiega atomia re-election na difficulty rap Ruto akedore no inkugire Martin Kaire nkukira that nkiamberia is that failure we kudura tikuraunga mana musimamo that you this is a policy direction that we are studying tokorunga matunde as a country tika kuona ni aura we lavish styles bunacho spending money kana nyakwaria miarira tipu itiagerete ikejoga tukomba kotone kana ko team antobawe then that's when there is no failure mberema na kitu mekona frustration ilio na Kenyans baratu nabo ikeja kuthona kweta na direction na karunga mana mutaratara jo kana ga accept sometimes no karawa accept okay I did promise you 1 2 3 things lakini as situation yetu nayo we can't because of 1 2 3 nuzia Kenyans bakero inyanjarire mulimo Martin nyaketha ukimanga waku nwetabo akarande kukarekanya ko ratri this is what we planned lakini itekomba ukijandira lakini otusukuma Martin twindere na muskumo na kifua like you know it everything nito kuona na tukoro of course the other day barabara umere cabinet botwira is noe waziri noe PS noe kila kitu then it tells you is the only problem and we need someone who can have a round table discuss because country Kenya is not only for one individual it's for us as a
Eric Martin katwaririe kiama no ntu kwina last week kwe mutongere ndari no ambira actually kiama na ruri actually tokongira miaka 35 antu multipate na ambi kumaja kwambiri 2022 echonge tora turinge muchibi so you find that kwe antu baringire mutongeria uo kugate na sera kana tena mubango simply because nari kiamene kiria kiari na wave role political parties kirthi neturi is it to be blamed also?
First I will blame menya atongeria reflection ya mwananchi tukairania batwe itu tubangirira ini utokuri force utokwadirira but I'm happy that if you look how Meru votes block na inkuga ninto boko the probably you as a media ibokirite kwa enlight Ameru kudura kana kwa platform nya atongeria either you did a debate for atongeria na bakona ojore nyaka the kiama tuna itokwaga kwiketo agite ko I think other counties can borrow from what you did ugateka the county assembly bia maibi bingi independent candidate there no gategera nikitomi ukona change probably rera irombere gukinyanira muno ya county assembly na utongere bobweru ikuringana na atongere batu athurire not necessarily iraini ne kiama because I truly idea that kiama play a great role ya ku-influence wave izi tukugira no ntibakuthuro president aruga itontare ni no bontarire njeshi yonkaria na ndio kaga athiri isi an assembly is an oversight, a royal oversight, represent and registrate. Didn't necessarily kiama kirawe kitonyete, but see need also majority kugeria kumanuva na kuimpeach unge. That's actually that's really sad. But still also the party ni disadvantage amono kugeria ku raise voice. Nonga tegera dinera tuencho Martin majority is like Bekiamene. They cannot even question what's really happening. Na nyoko na Raila noe ena antoba patonye thirikarire. They cannot question. Therefore it tells you sometimes party lines party lines ni kutuma mwananchi omba kugitata kuthirwa ati kumba ku receive service ira tonadite ko in future. I hope now it's about time, regardless of the political party because of course this is a multi-party state. Regardless of the political party mwananchi na itikirwe na namenye atiri tirazima uthure KIMATHI nontu kiama kia Martin ikyo kiraini neriko KIMATHI yeja kuona KIMATHI amutethi assembly. Ko it's also important uthure mutongeria uria ukoria kiuria na two something else resource na money that really becomes a challenge. Thirikari ni tanete this state to be a token make it to be one nyaba idioronga ko twa chiringi andikania mwananchi the moment onenkero chiringi kana magana zaire ukorea kombo no ukorea barabara ukorea kithima no kyo karia no ndumdurare wa muria mbechi ya kujotwa Martin na ugo tina mbecha muko tisa sawa menya inyakethero equal environment at least kija kutha Martin na milioni 1 ntumba kuthura antena chiringi ngiri kana mukona jwako kana chiringi ngira kintu gya kulingana na state irori menya of course utongana bu kulingana lakini utumba kuthura Martin na milioni 10 kana milioni magana uni nyingo ante 10 muko. It tells you that there's a problem. There is a way of ensuring that mbeche ichonde treats ichi accurate na mwananchi akureceive. Ko mwananchi waja unenkoro magana jairi obangara raini yange yale ko tu antu babangara raini ko magana jairi jairi then ukori na ndi mbeche ina mdo akita. Menya we also need to ask ourselves this gentleman on a 700,000 at the end of the day na kujo kubanga na milioni 40 budget we na ikita milioni 40 budget ya ku kwa mjumbe. Why will you recover 40 million na tumo jumbe wena at least a 5 bako komberete bia mjumbe, then you ask yourself and baba ka recover beche yata. It tells you we have a problem unless we agree that we will vote for Antobeto based on tirazima mono chiringi iketo miyokona tudera tuna tongeria bera assembly bakutha be voice ya mwananchi nondibe iji bahari ya guitangoke mate mtu ataina nyumbani.
Katibu na te mutegeri na muthikiri to twira okiri Facebook na of course kiri SMS line yetu ni 23578 na kiri Facebook ni Weru TV kana kiri Facebook fan page ya Weru FM na tuchoka Eric ndenda kumenya atiri right now is it too hard kuelewa Raila Odinga because woni orankuyubwa yaka is blowing hot and cold and hot. Julius Itongarua, everyone in Kenya today is becoming an activist. Don't you think so? Yes, they are. Diana Achungwarua, today's Sabah, we pray for peace. And as the Gen Zs try to protest their future, let them remember that they may save the nation or sink the nation. Very true.
Very true. Somebody here anasema the Sabah is there to end state arrogance, abductions, killings, deaths and forceful disappearances. Ongeruga, I blame the MPs because we sent them to reach out the voice of Kenyans, but due to their greedy stomachs they see all this but still silence. Ruto should stop making his own laws. What is public participation? Ageaka jau kanisa Martin akuragia ageaka church mundene jo muingi me that a public land na mbecha ariwe mbecha chiawe personal so I don't know.
Na arawira by the way kuwa 1.2 billion.
Ite 3 milioni maana that.
3 milioni maana that.
Only
300 million.
Either way, it's a money. You see, money has been spent. Whether it's 300 million or 1.2 billion in Becha, but we also need to question, where are we getting this money? Becha each on the Wengoria na wita. Becha Martin, you see, you know, you've been a billion shilling to be a pocket sage. Ma ikarajaka billion nande. Me anto le a billion Martin ikarajaka. So a billion is a development county mzima, certain county down here. Development. Go it's for how year. Manya I'll tell you, idombugere as long as the head atekomba kwethera quality kati kweza na kanya kakumenya atire gutumba gukira rukire, it's not really past 2000 uba kana past 2010 constitution eto gukira rukiro thithiro kwenda there's a framework eri mbecha cha public ureba tutumirwa not only mbecha cha public munda jwa public urajo batutumika at the end of the day it's how are you accountable as a leader? Accountability, lack of accountability ni kutuma naka ku blame ati uni ngeta kuria ngwaka kanisa ngwaka state house andare wa kanisa natangeta kuria murungu atembole ngintakere kioro. Seriously, you see, you don't create otomo tuikio bwana uwezi tupeleka hivyo. It's really you should be accountable na ki resources zetu ndachuko ingwetikani na mwananchi rokuga rukiro naro that today we can as well destroy this country but we should not really go to that direction. Sometimes inyaka that in a frustration nyingi Martin the only thing we can do is come out peacefully and go home, lakini when we have an opportunity either ku register kuchukia kura kadhi kuchukia that's where voice mwananchi kaigekiwa ikaja kuthura. We still believe system iratu nayo iratu achiere tungo katiba yetu that atongeria bathurawa kana recording them if at an opportunity then they use that means tugatumira means tikaribuaga no at the end of the day we are nowhere atongere batu ku baibangite probably they've bought their houses in Dubai and the rest baka move families chao but to where we become Somali or Sudan, DRC, then you know what happened in Rwanda many years ago. Took a turn country to that state. Tune the watu within. Go. It's very important as we agitate, as we act. Hear our views. It's also important to remind the Gorezi, but Kudurai itiki eguatanirite, non to future. You see, also we need to think about the future. Don't destroy police station. Please don't root properties. Non to nyinyi people ko root. Ibia mto mwananchi nyama kawaida tu. Ikadho ibia bantu bato aire responsibility. It's better, lakini tiango i better. But you see. Into be beyond the ibia mwananchi
no me kura anto bandiki ndukeni ubukuna
our sisters and our brothers our families they bakona an level kwa it's very important to restrain from used tingida kyo atongere batutumira tugetikire tutumirwa ne antu ba bethe bageti even if bakonekera magana 5 chukua wende nyumbani urare kwani nyone ngero ngiriwe itakugostory ukama metri city ukama eto mame tu na ugure giro kugura wite mame becha bakarega ibajukira kimbane baka imamire.
So Eric Raila Odinga kakwa so difficult kumuelewa dhai because ari oru ari royo akari ho
you know Raila nda ari na fix that atekwerwa na atagora karirwe because aithugane ya no ita uko short no in charge but today neje ku realize kumbe time yewe ni rari na igeto myokona there is a push that to drain the swamp that kila mtu generation ni bati kuisha hii juu Raila has really used an opportunity not only ku benefit wengwa atiromba kugetata kutetera mwananchi as it's passé na itone temia instances nyingi it's purely when antu bawe it's not necessary to likana Martin na kuga watu walipe wale walihaga but you cannot compensate a life lost nyoka manenkera bechingana but there's a way you can manage a situation ekeja kuthore very close kiri Ruto na namuthikaira aringi mwira ground is tofauti. You need to tone down, you need to align na ora na inchi bakuga na kitu myokona bakiuga tugeria na inchi dukeje ithro na tongeria ikena bombomban manage na kitu myokona nde baregete buru kuona ni ora Raila athithitie miaka ĩyo no negotiate tiara Kenyans on ria andamana na inchi bono tukakwetha kwina mutongeria abetumika arionwa na thina agakara kando nigitumio kona na inchi na bobogete tutena mutongeria it's ikitu ata thirikari it's in panic as we said that batikwerwa na tagukarwa 25th mulkomen ona kwa kenine rukiri by the nyanya something different happening ko tell you that Raila has really empione atikwerwa imbie kuendera inya generation yake umeelewa kabisa but is unfortunate that amejurikana kutubia wana Kenya for some time and it's about time that Kenyans are calling me out na kumbura atre your time is up nze inya hiyo ukotora anto betenara separately it's purely to manage to try to manage ona kadha kugeria kuona kadha na support irio lakini you see Kenyans are tired and they back kumenya ukarwa. Now I'm telling you because of the discussion ejera tukutha na rukiri na nya rwalirura the social media timing na ndira tunayo na ntura bakwithora bena voices inyingi different.
Thank you gentlemen. Nkona jama thaje tujatuika muthikirira lakini mbere mputumba kutha tukino kambitikirie nkumenyithie jerea
Lord for everyone who will be involved in one way. We pray Lord for everyone who will be
Masendomba thaithatu muthikirie itigarite ndaika inyaki nejete na kanabo mantujegie maandamano jaraja gwita na mbere na polisi baingite barabara cia gutonya CBD na antu kurua baketherwa bakinyangia intobia antu kagita kama maandamano na bo atongere bakidini gutumiria ati kana kuromba polisi bakeja kwithirwa bagitumira inyankurukia kithimi kiri bara bakwandamana jau na jangi jama ingi indene ndaika inya cijite ukeja kwithirwa kithiura mutambo mutegerwe Weru TV gatugushokera utira rungi mubango jo kugukia jugeta na mbere.